Hello Gemini, and welcome to your monthly tarot advice video for the month of June. Before we go ahead and get started, I'm super excited to announce that I now offer live one-to-one Zoom sessions. Those are available through the link down below. We also have 20% off all Zoom sessions over the month of June. Again, all that information is down below. Let's go ahead and jump right in, see what messages you might need to know about the month ahead. But as always, please take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm going to start with Oracle and see what you need to know for the month. What's the theme, Miss Oracle? I don't know why I wanted to call her Miss Oracle, but okay, Miss Oracle, what do we need to know? What can we know? Transformation. Oh my gosh, I've not seen this card before. Like, I've seen it when I flipped through, but I've not had it come out through a reading. And oh my gosh, isn't she stunning? Like, when you're looking through all the cards, it's like, wow, these are all so beautiful. But when one comes out like this, oh my goodness. This fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. I like the words of surrender to a transformation, because sometimes we do have to surrender. We do have to just accept, okay, these are the changes. It might be painful, it might be upsetting, it might not be what I want, but it's a transformation, it's a change. And again, it might be happening for your highest good. The best is yet to come. I love that message. The best is yet to come. I like that. You know what? that might end up in the thumbnail or on the thumbnail. Who knows? Thumbnail? Title. You guys, I'm all over the place. Let's hope I can ground myself some with this tarot message. Let's see. Hopefully I won't be so stuttery and scatterbrained. What is the current energy for Gemini? What is the current theme of the month for the Geminis, please, Spirit? What do they need to know? Whoop. One more card, please, Spirit. What is the current energy or theme? Page of Wands. Okay, well, I thought it was going to be reversed, but it definitely wants to come out upright. So the Ace of Wands and the Page of Wands. So I love that when these two come out as a pair. In the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, the Ace of Wands is the universe holding out the wand to give to you, for you to take, to gain clarity and understanding for your passions, for your path, and for your feelings, right? The Page of Wands, he's really curious about it. He's learning to use it. He is a student. He's learning to use his wand. He's learning what his passions are. He's learning understanding. And he's also curious and passionate and fiery. So for this to be a theme of the month, you're really going back to maybe the basics. You're maybe learning new things, or maybe finding a passion for something you didn't even think you would. Again, you have to surrender to life's paths, almost, to be like, to end up in a place you didn't expect. You have to remain curious. You know, I didn't expect for this to be what the universe gave me as an opportunity, but let's see where it goes, is always the energy. Let's take a look at what challenges are going to come through for you this month. Please, Spirit, what are the challenges that Gemini might face this month ahead, please, Spirit? What is? Thank you. What is? One card, please, Spirit. So we have the Six of Wands for what challenges you might face. And then we can get one more card. The Two of Pentacles. So the Six of Wands can be a card of success. It is a glowing card. I love seeing this card. But when it comes out as a challenge, sometimes it's how we deal with success, or maybe not exactly getting the recognition that we think we deserve. Also with the Two of Pentacles, I don't know if maybe it's just that you don't have enough time, or you have too much on your plate to actually really celebrate your little wins. So maybe you don't feel like you're doing as much as you could, or you're as successful as you could, because you don't take the time to celebrate your little wins, or you don't see other people showing you the gratitude and recognition that you feel that you deserve. Again, sometimes we have so much going on that the little things don't get celebrated, the little things don't get appreciated, and it does start to wear you down a little bit when you do feel unappreciated and you don't feel like you're celebrated. Let's see what's coming through for work and career. And I would love to clarify that when I say work, career, I also mean your purpose. So work, career, and purpose. This can just be what you need to work on in your emotions, in your mental world, in your friendships, in your connections. Work and career and purpose, these can be all different things, and it's just how you define them. So let's see what's coming through for Geminis this month of June. What is their work, career, or purpose looking like? Three of Cups, and we get one. Ooh, the World. So the Three of Cups can be a card of socialization, going and putting yourself out there, celebrating, collaboration, communication. The World is can be endings, can be closure, it can be acceptance, it can be moving on, learning lessons. So I don't know, again, if maybe it feels like you have to learn to celebrate other people's wins and loudly and celebrate yours quietly. I don't know why that was a specific message that came through. I don't know if it's just accepting that friendship groups change and grow, and it's not that it has to be a complete ending, but it can be like a pause. A step back is almost the energy that I'm feeling around this. Working on who you are when you're not around other people, maybe accepting that, again, friendship groups change. And I don't know, we'll tap into that more when we start to clarify. That's an interesting energy. What's coming through for connections for Gemini in the month of June? This might clarify some as well. We have the Eight of Pentacles, and what else is coming through for Gemini's connections, please, Spirit? What's coming through for Gemini's connections? Queen of Pentacles. So we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. I love this energy, because the Eight of Pentacles, I see it as the card of patience and growth, showing up day by day, doing the mundane, even when you don't feel like it. And the Queen of Pentacles, she really does have this lavish life. She has success, abundance, wealth, prosperity, all of these lush, luxurious things. But it came from hard work, from doing the day-to-day, the mundane, the boring, showing up when she didn't feel like it. And I think that's kind of what is standing you out against the rest right now, is like, you do show up to celebrate. You do show up to celebrate your friends' wins, no matter how small they are, no matter how they don't make you feel like maybe they don't show up for you. It's really more about your show of character than them, and I think that's what's important to you, is that deep down you know that you're the best friend. Not that you're the best friend, but you're the better friend, and it's okay that your friends don't give to a connection like you do. And sometimes that can still be a fulfilling connection, but it's not always what fulfills us deep down. And I think right now, what you're wanting to build towards is people that fill up your cup like you fill up theirs. That they, even in all the busyness, they remember your wins, what your celebrations are, you know? It feels like, this is why the energy feels so weird, because I feel like everybody's got so much going on. Your energy is go, 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 go. But even during all of this, you still find time to show up for other people and show people that you care and that you're passionate about what they're passionate about. I think, and now it's starting to wane on you that people maybe aren't showing up for you like you show up for them. People don't give you that time and energy, even in the mundane little things that you give to them. I think you try to make magic for everyone, and it feels like you don't see that. And I think right now you're kind of surrendering to, okay, this is not fulfilling to me. This is not what I want. And you're kind of taking a step back from that. And I feel like that's what this world energy is. Let's tap into advice. What is the advice or the best way for Gemini to navigate this month, please, Spirit? What is the best way to navigate this month? Page of Swords, Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups is that card of emotional fulfillment. Again, giving to the connections that give back to you, that fill your cup back up. It all starts with the Ace of Cups, which is you filling up your own cup so that it overfills, so that there's so much for you to give that you don't feel lack, that you could always give back to yourself, and it refills you, right? And then the Ten of Cups is being able to give to others and others give back to you, and you have that emotional fulfillment, you have that balance, and that's something you want to work towards. But it starts with understanding. Understanding, again, that, okay, this connection isn't working. Why is it not working? What needs to change? What do I need to change? What do I understand that I want to do differently or want better? And I think it comes with I think the Ace of Wands is an opportunity for you to find someone that aligns with your passions. The Page of Wands is about being curious and exploring it, and maybe understanding that the friendships that you want might not look how you envision them. You know, the people that you meet could be your best friend, even though they don't look like it. They're not what you expect them to look like when we go out and meet new people and have change. So we're going to take our second deck now, and we'll clarify all these cards to get a bit of a dip. Oh my goodness. I'm really struggling to word today. The words just don't want to word. We're going to try and get a bit of a deeper message coming through here for all of these cards. So we'll start with the Ace of Wands. Why is this current energy for June for Geminis. Why is this the energy for June, please, Spirit? Why is the Ace of Wands the energy for June? What is this new passion that might come through? What is this all about? The Page of Wands and Temperance. Oh, and we also have the Nine of Pentacles. So it's funny you have the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. Again, showing up, putting in the time, it really does work wonders for having this beautiful outcome. It does take time, and there's a lot of growth going on behind the scenes that you might not even realize. The Page of Wands obviously is telling you again to remain curious, keep putting yourself out there. It's almost that energy of ask questions. But I think Temperance is coming out because it's time for you to look in a different direction. It's funny, in this card specifically, you see the cat's kind of looking, it's playing with this fish in the water, and it's focusing all its attention here, and it's curious, and it's learning, but there's a whole world up here that it's not even paying attention to. There's more out there to learn, there's different perspectives, there's different understandings, and remaining curious about that and passionate about that, it propels you into more growth and deeper understanding. Why is the Page of Wands the current energy for the month, please, Spirit? Why is this the current energy for Geminis? Oh, we have Justice and the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, it is all about that balanced approach. Also, with the Six of Pentacles, it's about that equal give and take almost. Help those who help you and vice versa, you know? There has to be balance in I wanted to say you have to create as much as you consume, you know? As much as you ask questions, experiment, put yourself out there. It feels also like you're very passionate about talking to people and asking about people and learning about people, but I feel like maybe there's not that openness with yourself where you maybe don't allow for them to get to know you and you to chime in, and it's all like you're very good at making people talk, but I feel like maybe you don't do a lot of the talking. Let's clarify the Six of Wands. Why is the Six of Wands a challenge for the month of June? What is that? The Knight of Cups. I feel like your what is the word I'm looking for? Idolization? Your expectations, the way you envision things, is very much clashing with the way things happen. When there are successes, when there are little wins, it's almost like you're wanting a big celebration. You're wanting people to really cheer you on. And I know I'm saying this as if it's some big thing, but it could just be as simple as someone saying, I'm proud of you. You want to hear it from a specific person. So you show them your achievement, and they don't say that, but they say something along the lines. They say, well done. They say, good job. They don't give you all of the roses and the parade that you expect, but they do give you a little bit of praise. And I feel like right now there is a clashing of your expectations are making you almost upset. Like you're wanting all of these huge celebrations, and yeah, maybe your neighbor had that huge celebration, or that person on Instagram had that huge celebration, your friend had that, maybe they got the celebration for the same win and you don't. But it's about almost that, it's about more being about grateful for the celebrations that you have. They don't give you a whole bouquet of roses, but they give you a rose. Be grateful for that. Some people, they don't even get that. Or being able to celebrate your own wins. At least you can realize, okay, you did that, even if no one else can cheer you on. The Two of Pentacles, why is this a challenge? I think the Two of Pentacles also can be for you about shifting around your responsibilities, your finances. Let's see. Why is the Two of Pentacles here for Geminis? Please, Spirit. Queen of Cups. So when you have a lot going on, you can start to neglect the important things. Again, your emotional world. It's funny, we have a lot of Cups and Pentacles coming out. I feel like you're very, very focused on the Pentacles. You're focused on the material, the financial, the abundance, the prosperity. But what right now is lacking for you is the emotional. I feel like maybe you're burying a lot of your emotions down because you're like, well, I'm just too busy to deal with them. I've just got too much. I need to do this. I need to do this. And you're not dealing with it. It's almost like you need to surrender to your emotions so that you can learn and grow, and that's why that transformation comes in for you, is when you build that understanding with your emotions. Okay, I feel like this because of this, and I feel like this when this happens, and that's this. You know, you gain clarity, you gain understanding, and that's also what this Page of Swords was talking about here. let's clarify the Three of Cups. Three of Cups comes through as work, career, or purpose. Why is this here for the month of June? What is this Three of Cups about, please, Spirit? What do we need to know about this Three of Cups? The Lovers. This is interesting because the Lovers is all about choices, and how we choose to show up and how we choose to show our love. And again, it does feel like it's linked to those celebration cards of maybe feeling underappreciated. If it's something that you've not spoke up about, then this could be that you need to speak up and make that choice, to make the decision to say, like, I don't feel appreciated, I don't feel loved. And if people can't show up for you that way, then maybe, again, having that understanding that there can be a step back. There can be, okay, well, they're good friends to hang out with, but they're not good friends to celebrate your wins with. And you know that, and you learn that, because not everybody is going to be the friend that you tell when you talk to when you're sad. They're not going to be the friend that you talk to when you're happy, when you want to go for a drink, when you want to house it, you know. There's going to be a friend that sometimes they're just good to go have dinner with and have fun with. They're not the friends that you're going to tell your deepest secrets to. They're not the friends that you're going to pour your heart out to, and that's okay. They're still friends, but they're not the deepest of friends or the bestest of friends, and that's, again, okay. You need to have this understanding of that closure, that acceptance of, like, the different levels of the friends almost, and how people choose to show their love and how people choose to show up, and that might work for them, but it might not work for everybody else, you know. It's the perspective of things, and you can still have a way forward with these people. Let's clarify the World. What is this all about for work, career, and purpose for Gemini's, please, Spirit? Why is the World here? So we have, ooh, whoa, this is an interesting energy. The Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Moon. Again, you have choices on how you spend your time and your energy. And with the Moon, I feel like you're almost kidding yourself with, like, well, I've given them so much time and energy, they should be a better friend to me. And it's like, that's not how it works. Some people just aren't capable of being the friend that you want them to be, and that is perfectly okay. And I think right now it's working on understanding, again, the different levels of friendship and the time and energy you invest into them. When you know people aren't the deepest emotional friends, then you wouldn't invest time telling them your emotional world, because you know they just wouldn't understand, they wouldn't get it, and you would feel rejected by it. Again, I feel like the Moon is you almost, again, kidding yourself of, like, well, they're not a good friend, I have to end it. Maybe they're just a good friend to go watch a movie with. Maybe they're just a good friend to game with. Maybe they're just a good friend to... Maybe they're a terrible friend to have dinner with, but they're a great friend to, you know, call up when you need help. You have people that are good... Different people have their different strengths, and I feel like you're expecting certain people to be able to do everything. And even you know you can't, and you almost wear yourself in by trying to. Again, surrender through transformation. Like, these things are tough, and they might feel like they're the harshest endings in the world. But when we have these endings, transformation comes, good comes, change comes. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles. What is this about in regards to connections? We have the Eight of Swords reversed. I think you've gone almost on autopilot. You're not really even thinking about where you're going, what you're doing. You're just kind of operating. I think it is very, like I said, it's very heavily focused on your material world. I almost feel like you want things to look good from the outside perspective. When the Queen presents herself, she wants to look like she has, you know, her fancy dress on and her crown, and she's all, you know, in dripping diamonds, and she's showing the life of luxury that she's worked hard to have. I feel like you want to put on this front, but you're wearing yourself thin by pretending. You're not being honest and true to yourself. The Queen of Pentacles. Let's see why the Queen of Pentacles is here. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here for Gemini's, please, Spirit? Why is the Queen of Pentacles here for Gemini? We have the Hierophant. I feel a big thing for your readings are your expectations. With the Hierophant, you want things to look the traditional way. Well, you know, in the movies or from what I've heard or online, everybody at my age has this kind of career and they have this kind of house and these kinds of friend groups and they post all of this stuff and I don't have it and I'm not, you know, and you're working and trying to have all of these things figured out at once, but really what you're lacking is the emotional fulfillment and the emotional understanding and that inner world. You're so focused on how the outside looks that you're not focusing on the substance of it, of what feels good, what provides you with those fulfilling emotions. The Ten of Cups was here as advice. What is the advice from the Ten of Cups, please, Spirit? How is this advice? The Devil. You keep repeating these same cycles, these negative habits of going back to what's comfortable because, again, it's comfortable. You're used to it. It's a habit. It's hard to break the chain when you don't realize that you're chained. And for you, you don't have the emotional openness or emotional awareness or understanding to realize that you're almost driving yourself into the ground. You're forcing these changes and they're not going the way you want. You're resisting the change that is necessary. And you need to surrender for that. The Page of Swords. Let's see, why is the Page of Swords here, please? Please, Spirit, where's the Page of Swords here? We have the Nine of Cups and the Three of Cups and the Ace of Cups. It is all about your emotional world, and your emotional world begins with having understanding and having clarity, of putting yourself out there in a different way, of maybe putting yourself into, I want to say, like, you have to discover a way that works for you. When it comes to understanding your emotions, some people are crap at it, and they might need to, you know, look at an emotion wheel or start journaling or meditating or talking to people. With the Page of Swords, I also feel like maybe reading books might be good for you, of understanding character emotions, or maybe watching media. The Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups, I feel like, is for you to have distance between the emotions that you show with certain friends again. Like I said, some friends are great for being deep and having emotional talks, and some just really aren't, and they can make you feel worse after, and it's having that understanding. But right now, the love has to start within yourself, and a lot of this is about your inner world. Understanding what you're working towards, it has to feel good to you. It has to make you feel proud. And you need to be able to go to bed at night knowing that you're happy with who you are and how you feel and what you think and what you do. It doesn't have to come down to the opinions of other people. You don't want a life that looks good to your friends. You don't want a life that looks good to other people if it doesn't feel good to you. You know, what good does a brilliant looking life look online if you're miserable living it? And I think that's what's important for you to learn right now. And sometimes it is, like I said, surrendering to those difficult changes that we have been resisting. That is all I have for your reading this month, Gemini. I really do hope it could resonate with you. Please do check out my Zoom sessions that are linked down below. Like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. And if you've watched this far, I truly, truly appreciate you.